sit here and make me some blood. And I'm true about every word I say. Cause I know I'm victory on the way. Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. My body go hard, and I won't give up. Would you tell me about this God that it feels so much? Why you look so real? I be walking with your man. My life may be hard, but I can't give up. My body go hard, and I won't give up. Would you tell me about this God that you feel so much? Why you look so real? I be walking with your man. My life Jam through in the clutch. They hate when they came out. We princes of the power, what you know about? Evil all around us. But a nigga straight, I told you I can't be touched. Only angels walk at my place. I'm waiting for the words that hand me the lip. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my lips. One West, what I die for. Natalia out the I was this rifle from the Archangel Michael. My niggas straight, you can't deny them. It's one floating flow. I be running to and fro with the higher. My I.S.U.P.K soldiers ain't no fucking, no pretending. We in it for the crown, fuck friends, we won't defend it. If he elects ascension, I hold my baby through. Give a damn what a bitch think. As long as my niggas know I'm true. Betray the kind to get success. You make me do them. I unspeakable in them. I be like, baby, hard, but I can't give up. My body go hard, and I won't give up. You tell me about this God that it feels so much. Why you look so real? I be walking with you, man. My body go hard, but I can't give up. My body go hard, and I won't give up. You tell me about this God that you feel so much. Why you look so real? I be walking with you, man. My can't be touched. West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West till the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West till the death till they bury me. I be one West till the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar like a piece of it. Get your heart, bring it back to stop, make you live again. Get a dividend till we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I'm talking shit phenomenally. Nominally and dominant. So what the fuck you trying to do? Rhyming comical, just as funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas is popping shit. Team of all-stars. I fuck them up like a Popovich. The politics and the lobbyists and the apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I'm is and regurgitate for the audience. It's all the this is competition. From the era when niggas smoking up like a ball in the flow, big stupid shit. Got it with all sense on the dominance. One West rising and prominent. Cause I be one West to the depth to the bury me. I'm one West to the bury me. I be one West to the depth to the bury me. I'm one West to the bury me. I be one West to the depth to the bury me. I'm one West to the bury me. I be one West to the depth to the bury me. I'm one West to the bury me. They want a nigga quiet, nigga my maneuver. But I'm right like I got proof I'm a mover. I'm hard like the review, I'm a loser. Now I'm really Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few percent if you're a Luger. I'm a dollar, with a regatta, niggas rolling in on every dollar. They ride by like a dollar, let the city holler. The showstopper to the rappers in the city boppers. But now I'm doing what I'm trying to see in my pockets. I put the tickets on the block, while I ride the choppers. The sword heavy, more ready in the working mama. Don't never run until I got the lot of time to it. When I'm a ballin', ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of cities and writers, but when they eat, so none of just the people to fight and bring with me. And I had a nigga feel like the desire, they defeat. And I'm still going for pleasure. Every bar from hard like a fool, like a fool is mad. I'm really coming through with the title. I'm going West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West to the depth till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. got it on that? Yeah, brothers and sisters. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Okay, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohanna. Okay, I'm officer in the shop, holding it down for the Florida school. All right, this is the Lashawan Qadash class. Okay, we've been getting it in for the past 4 weeks. Last week, we did not have a class because we were up in New York getting it in at the cookout. So give New York a hand. It was a glorious cookout. We had a good time. We got to see the city, go through and do some things. So we went to camp and all that. So it was wonderful. It was a good time. So, but back to business, in this captivity that we in, I saw something on the news today that was brought out a few days ago. I'm not sure how many days ago, but Joe Biden came out, he said, he made a speech about ISIS or whoever attacked the airport with that suicide bombing. And he said that he would never, basically America would not forgive them and America would not forget. They would not forget and they would not forgive. And, it just hit me like that's how we need to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? We need to be like that. Not, forgive and forget. That's what they tell you. You hear it all the time. So, I'm sure it wears on you as a brother or sister. You're like, well, shit, maybe I need to just get over this shit, Maybe I just need to move forward, No. I feel like Joe Biden. And that's how the Most High feels too. You know what I'm saying? The Most High does not forget, okay? He's not going to forgive these other nations for what they did to us, okay? So I just want to bring that out, that brothers and sisters in this truth throughout the whole world, really, if you're an Israelite, a Hebrew, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, if your forefathers went into slavery on ships, you should not forget that. Right. You should not forget that. I don't care how long ago it was, because to me, it seems like it was yesterday. That's right. And the white man continually perpetuates what he did to us by giving us, Black History Month, and then showing the movie Roots. They always come up with these new movies to put in your face what they did to us, to make you feel inferior to them. And the only way that we are going to rise above that and take our natural place in the earth is if we don't forget. And by not forgetting, you're going to serve the Most High, okay? You're not going to forget his law, statutes, and commandments, okay? And not forgetting is learning, remembering, taking back your culture, okay? And what's your culture? Speaking Hebrew, okay? So we have to learn this. We have to come back to the Most High, okay? And it's not about your feelings and just in your mind, well, I feel like I love the Most High. I feel like I want to do what's right. Well, love and the feeling of, it's not a feeling, it's an action. Serving the Most High is an action. It's something you have to do, okay? So, for the next, if not just for yourself, your sons and your daughters, okay? If your house shall don't return tomorrow, your sons and your daughters and their children,
we need to take back our culture, okay? We need to take back what was taken from us, okay? And show the Most High that you are willing to serve him, okay? So with that, we're going to go ahead and get into the Lashawan Qadash. And as we do weekly, we're going to come up and we're going to recite, okay? We're going to recite the characters and the sounds that go along with them, okay? We're going to come up and recite the sounds that go with these characters that we're learning, okay? So I'm going to have Officer Shirazazar come up, okay? And I'm going to let Shirazazar go ahead and go through the sounds of all characters, okay? And then I'll follow suit and I'll go ahead and do it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the Assyrian, okay? We're going to write in the Assyrian in the sounds, okay? We're going to go through this week after week until you get it, okay? I want everybody in the class to actually get it, okay? I'm not going to run through this. I'm not just going to teach you words. I'm not going to teach you phrases and all that stuff when you don't even know the sound. You have to know what that sound is, okay? You have to know that to be able to read the Hebrew, okay? I'm not going to run through it. I'm going to baby steps. We're going to, until everybody's typing in on the chat that you get it and you understand it, you know all these characters, you know all these sounds. We're going to go through these sounds every week, okay? Until everybody in Florida knows these sounds just by looking at it, okay? So go ahead and go through it for me.
Come. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, tha.
Okay. Most High Christ. So there is 22 characters in the Hebrew symbols, okay, the Hebrew language, okay? There's 22 characters, there's 22 different sounds, okay? So those sounds are A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka. What is it? Ka, Ta, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta. Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta, right? Did I get it right? Most High Christ, okay? Okay. Most of the literature that is circulating is written in the Assyrian, okay? And the Assyrian has different characters than the Paleo, which is the ancient, okay? So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through this and I'm going to install the Assyrian so you can see it, okay? And we're gonna associate, because now we have to associate two different symbols with the same sound, okay? Which makes it a little more challenging, obviously. So, I'm gonna go through, okay? And I'm gonna put up the Assyrian character that is associated with the Paleo characters, all right? Different symbol, same sound, okay? So give me a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that up, and then we'll go through it again, okay? Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay. not sure. I'm not writing these.
You want me to write?
Yeah, you can. You feel a little better at it.
Yeah, I suck at it too. I ain't all that good either. That's what.
Trying to write it like this on the board. Okay. That. All right, so now we have the Assyrian characters along with the Paleo, which is the ancient, okay? Two different characters, same sound, okay? Okay? So, without hesitation, what we want to do is be able to associate these characters with the sound that comes with them, okay? So, the first one is the ah, okay? Ah. The next one is the ba, okay? gonna try to get these as close to the chart as possible, so when you see them, you'll recognize them, okay? If you don't have this chart, email me, put something in the chat, give me your email, I'll give you my email, and we'll get it to you, okay? So you can study this, okay? Abaga, da, ha, wa, okay? Za, ka, ta, and ha.
Yeah.
Wa, ya.
Yeah.
Swat, ya. Abagadahawazakataya. Okay? So, now, I think I missed a couple here. Taza. Okay. So, as you can see, as we went over a couple weeks ago, the Assyrian, okay, on the top is the Paleo, which is the ancient Hebrew, okay? And then on the bottom is the Assyrian. Okay? Okay, so now the Ka in the ancient Hebrew, okay, and the Ka in the Assyrian. It's not the Ka, but it's the Ka. Okay? Ka. Okay? Then we have the La. La, and then Ma. Okay, just like we went over before, there's two symbols for the Ma. There's two symbols for the Na, okay, as well as the Pa and Taza, okay? So, I'll finish going through them, and then I'll put up an example of that there's a different symbol at the end of if this symbol or sound is at the end of a word, you have to use these symbols here. Okay, and that is in the Assyrian, okay? On top here is the ancient, on the bottom here is the Assyrian, okay? So we have the Na. Then we have the Sa, okay? Then we have the I. You don't want you guys to get confused. I think that's the symbol. Well, it's just. Okay, so here is the Sa. This is the I. sound. This is the symbol for the I sound. Assyrian symbol, ancient symbol, okay? This is the symbols for Pa, okay? This is the symbols for Taza. Okay, this is the symbol for Kwa. Ra. Sha. And the Tha. Okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up an example again of if these sounds come at the end of a word in the Assyrian, you have to use the bottom symbol, okay, when you're writing out a word. Okay, so when you're reading a word, you'll see if this sound is at the end of a word, you'll see this symbol, these symbols, okay? For the Taza, if it's at the end of a word, you'll see this symbol. For the Pa, if it's at the end of a word, you'll see this symbol. For Na, if it's at the end of a word, you'll see this symbol, okay? For Ma, if it's at the end of a word, you'll see this symbol. If it's at the beginning or in the middle of a word, you'll just use the characters on top, okay? So let me pull up a word that would have one of those symbols in it at the end, okay? 1 minute. I think I put up one a couple of weeks ago. I forget which one I put up, which word I put up. Okay. Okay, this is the, what is this? Okay, 2. Okay, gotcha. You know how to write the word 2, short this up?
2, number 2, or just teal?
No, the number 2. Do you have that? Okay, check it out. So the word 2 here, I'm seeing, it has a masculine and a female, a masculine and a, right. It has a masculine and a feminine. There's 2 different spellings for it. You have that? Okay. So go ahead, erase the board. Go ahead and erase it. They should have this from previous, from a couple of weeks ago. They should have this already, so we can erase the board. You have to put some more stuff on this. put it on the cloth. No, I'm putting a word on it. Give Sharonda a couple minutes to get this stuff off the board, and then we'll go ahead and move forward.
Messed it up. Oh, it's right something. Yeah. This is bracelet. When I get in, do that.
Yeah, same here, just, you know what I mean, like, time flies so much, it just. Get some stuff, you know.
Okay, so you have both, right? We're gonna put up the word, the number 2. Will we get another napkin for you?
Number 2.
All right, so we have we have the number 2. It actually comes in a masculine version and a feminine version, okay? And I just want, this is just one example of, if, let's say, the sound ma, okay? The sound ma comes at the end of this word, so he's going to use the bottom character, okay? He's gonna use this one, all right? Not the one with the little opening on it on the top. He's gonna use the bottom one, okay? And then we'll compare that, we'll get another word that has the ma sound in it.
Shanya. 2 is Shanya.
Right, that is, wait, come over here and look at this.
Shanya. That must be plural. Or no, masculine. Shanya. Sounds like plural.
Right. So you have the masculine, what's that? Male and female. Okay. So what do we have now?
We got number 2.
All right, take that down.
Are you looking for a word with ma at the end?
It doesn't have to be ma, but we want a word that has one of these characters in it that's gonna change instead of using, the top. So. About day? No. Yeah.
You could do
You could do day.
day. What is it?
The woman.
What page you on?
410.
Day. You want? No,
Okay?
Want me to write it big like this or?
Yeah, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Just put the word day and then write it in put it up in the ancient and also put it up in the Assyrian. Okay?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No, you don't have it in your book right there? 410?
Number 17.
Right.
Date.
Okay. Right.
Small.
Sorry. So this is the ma sound, okay? This is the ma sound in the ancient, okay? It falls at the end of the word, okay? So if you're using the Assyrian, and the must falls at the end of the word, you're gonna use this symbol, okay? That's the symbol that's here on the bottom, okay, of the chart. So we're gonna put up another word with the ma actually in the middle of the word, so you can see that the ma would be drawn different. Okay, so the word say, okay? Number 5, say, or command. Right. So the ma that we use in the word say is gonna look different than the ma that we use when it falls at the end of a word. Okay? Yahweh. What I usually do is I just draw a line, okay? Then just like that. Some line. Okay, something like that.
Slide for my handwriting.
That's the same ma you just drew.
It's the same one.
Yeah. This ma needs the opening at the bottom. It's not the same as that one.
Okay, this one. Okay, this one's at the end.
Right.
Okay, this one. Slavic for my handwriting. I'm not too good at the Assyrian.
All right, so, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. That's more what it's gonna look like when you're reading it, okay? So, this is what it will look like if it falls at the end of a word. Okay? And this is what it looks like when it's either at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word, okay? So you have to pay attention to, these characters in the Assyrian, because there's different, in the na, if it's in the middle or the beginning of the word, you use this character. If it's at the end, you use this character.
Right.
With the ma, if it's in the, and with the na, okay, this was the ka. With the na, you use this, okay, up here, better. Down here is the handwritten version. Okay, the na, if it's in the beginning or the end or the middle, you use this character. If it's at the end, you use this character. Same thing with the pa and the taza, okay? So the biggest thing is being able to recognize the characters, okay? We need to be able to recognize the characters so we know the sound that is associated with the characters, okay? So when you're reading it, you'll know, what you're reading, okay? So this is just an example of how you would be able to use these characters in a word, okay? Instead of these characters at the top, okay? That's just something I wanted to bring out so you can keep that in mind, okay? And like I said, if you don't have this chart, just say something in the comment box. I'll put my email up and you can email me and then I'll get this to you, okay? This is a very important part of the study tool, okay? So we're gonna drop that and then we're gonna go into we'll write out the prayer again. I don't know what's going on with this board, but
Yeah, it's time for a new one.
yeah. We definitely have a new one by next week. Get to it tonight. Make sure we replace this board.
Let me see you have.
Hmm?
Let me see you have.
No, I got it. What's that?
If you want me to send you half of the money.
Oh, don't worry about it. Let's look at. We'll get into it after class and see what they got out there. All right. Then we'll figure it out. Okay. Having new boards would be amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You got the salutes.
Constant.
Remember how we did it the other week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, we're going to get into we're going to do the salutes or the prayers that we do when we greet each other. Okay, because even over the past week, I had, somebody tell me that they're having trouble even being able to say the prayer, okay, or the salute, much less knowing what it means, okay? So we're gonna give it to you in the English and also in the Hebrew, and then we'll write it in the Hebrew, okay? Why is- And so I don't want us to think that we're being redundant, okay? I just want us to get it. I want to make sure we start at the basics and that we get and understand what we're doing, what we're saying. It's so easy just to be able to repeat what you hear all the time and not even know what you're saying and what it means, okay? And that's a big part of being in the school and being in the truth and having your heritage and understanding what you're doing and what you stand for. You're going to stand for something and don't even know what you're standing for, you know what I mean? So you want to know exactly everything. You want to know what you're saying, what it means, and how it came about and all that, So we're going to go through everything, all the basic stuff, and then we'll move forward into, a little bit more challenging areas. Okay, big shout out to Isupk, tribe of Judah, and also Ben-Yahin, Yarshala, Yahweh Hashem Yahshabrakatah to you, brother. What is that, Max? Okay, Max checking in, Most High in Christ. Brother on the road, getting it in. Most High in Christ. Gainesville, Florida, in the house. We got a high holy day coming up. When's that high holy day, brother? What is this? We're in August and September. What, September? We got a high holy day coming up. And the reason I bring that up is because, your brothers want to come down and, enjoy some brotherhood, be in the building with us, all can get it in, have some good food and some good drink, good music, serve the Most High, give him his praise.
September the 6th.
September 6th, I'm going to say the 8th, Most High in Christ.
Feast of Tabernacles.
Yes, sir. We'll be in the building. So y'all brothers come through, man. Razan, Trooper Razan in the building. Yahabashiyam, strong brother in the truth, coming up strong. Got his all black on, I know, for sure. He's gonna be taking a Hebrew test in a minute. He gotta know this. You gotta know all this. Water to you, brother, don't sweat. Out,
That's right.
standing strong. Gotta give it up. Men of war. Okay. So the one, what do we got? Here, hold on. Here, take the mic and tell them what you got going on.
So we got a salute. This is the salute for the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha. So Tha is singular. It's, when you salute one brother, it's a Tha. When you salute more than one brother, it's a Thumb.
Go ahead and write that over there on the side next to that. If you would. Thumb. Singular. Right. Singular.
So this is singular and this is plural.
Right.
A Tha and then a Thumb is plural. So you have Shalom, which means peace. Yahweh, the Most High. Bahasham, in the name. Yahweh Shai, as the world ignorantly calls him, Jesus. He's the Savior, the Anointed One. Yahweh Shai. And you have Barak. In the name of Yahweh Shai. And you have Barak. Barak means bless.
Right.
Atha, as singular. When you salute one brother. If you salute more than one brother, it's a thumb. And then you have it here in the ancient, the Paleo Hebrew. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atha.
Right. So something else. Let me see the mic. 1 second. Something else that I noticed that I came across over the weekend or during the week was a lot of other languages. You read Chinese, the Arabs, their language. Most other languages, they start from the right and go to the left, just like the Hebrew. Like, I don't know too many other languages where if it's not Esau, only Esau starts from the left and go to the right. All, Chinese, the Arabs, all these other languages, they start from the left and go to, start from the right and go to the left. And Esau's the only one who starts from the left and go to the right. He's backwards, okay? Not that, I'm giving props to the other nation. I don't really give a crap about them. I'm just kind of pointing out, I wanted to bring out, you have to remember, in our language, okay, you start from the right and you go to the left, okay? And for a lot of people like myself, I grew up and I always wanted to, start from this side and go to this side. Even when I opened a book, I would always want to, and I didn't know why. And it's just, if it's something in you, in your spirit that's been, you've done over and over again in the regeneration, and you come into this regeneration, it's like you got to do something totally backwards. You know what I mean? Like, you grew up just naturally wanting to do something else. So, but basically, you have to remember, when we're doing the Hebrew, when you're reading the Hebrew, when you're writing the Hebrew, it's from the right to the left, okay? So that's it. Yahweh, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Barakatah. You know what I mean? And this is it right here. Barakatah or Barakatham. You know what I mean? And this is it right here, the Hebrew. It's a wonderful thing, it just looks glorious, So we'll give you a minute to go ahead and digest that, and then we'll do the feminine version of it, okay?
And that's crazy too that you said that, because
Yeah, go ahead.
we write with our right hand.
Right.
Like that's your strength.
Right.
And it's like it makes more sense to write from right to left.
Right.
Instead of start here.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was checking it out. Most of the other nations, they start from the right and go to the left, So, we've been brought up to do things backwards in the earth, and it's, it just takes discipline to, regain, your structure and what you should be doing. So,
and Esau, he's in direct opposition to the Most High.
Right.
Like he do everything the Most High say not to do.
Right.
So Most High say start from the right to left.
Yeah.
He gonna start from the left.
Right. That's it, man. Like it's like on purpose. Purposely.
Right.
Everything he do is against, the Lord. So that's just heavy. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, stay up on it and be diligent about taking back what is rightfully ours. You know what I'm saying? And we can't do it. You can do your part, but like you gotta have the Lord on your side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta have the Lord on your side, and that's just that's the way it is. And I see, I watch the world news now, and they tell it, they saying Russia and China is gonna be with them cats that that America left over there, and everything. Like it's about to be a full-out world war. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? So being in the bosom of the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Like that's we should be at, and taking back your culture, is part of it. So that's what it is. So, that's what we're here for in I.S.U.P.K. I do my 40 hours a week in the school, if not more. Sometimes I'm doing overtime. I'm gonna take this down.
This is the real work. This is the work of the Lord.
Right.
That job you go to, that so-called job, that's a slavery, man. That's, what I mean? That ain't work. That's slavery.
That's just holding up Esau's economy and his society.
Right.
That's only part of holding up his economy and his society. That's
Right.
all that is.
The real work is right over here, man. What we're doing right here, teaching our people, man.
whatever it takes. If it's giving you back your language or breaking down scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Every brother has his own talent, you know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
you know, we try to fall in where we can and do our part. Give you what you need. And give whatever I can, because brothers did the same for me when I came in. You know, I didn't know nothing.
Right.
And brothers standing there teaching me and telling me stuff and showing me and shit. I can't. I have to give back. I have to do the same thing.
Right.
All right. So we'll do the feminine version of the salute, and then we're gonna get into some words. Then we're gonna put up some words, some basic words that you can start implementing along with, you know, the things we already know, like the salute and, you know, certain things like that. What are you looking for? Okay.
Feminine.
Right. Put the mic right here so whenever you. All right.
For the sisters. Peace.
All right, so right here we have shalom. We got peace. Shalom, of course, means peace. You know, not shalom, but shalom. Yahweh, Lord God, the Most High, same difference. Shamar, you know, means watch. This is for the sisters, the salute for the sisters. Al is over. Atha is you, singular. And then Athon is plural for the sisters. Okay. And then, of course, in the name of what the world ignorantly calls, his name is Yahweh Shai, but they call him Jesus. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Yahweh Shai. All right, so when we do a
feminine version of the word, okay? Hold on, let me pull this up. So feminine is always with the N, right? And and the masculine version is always with the M.
Or for the females?
Right. Oh, who's it? Trying to look it up, make sure I'm correct on All right, so I'm going to have to come back to that. I was trying to verify that at the end of a feminine word, if you want to make it plural, you will put the na at the end. Or if it's masculine, you want to put the ma at the end to make it plural.
But right here it says feminine. It says Athon.
Right.
That's feminine.
The na.
The no. But I don't have anything for the Atha.
What's that word we just did? We did the number 2.
Shanya.
Right. It was shanya
Shanya.
for the feminine version, and it was shanayam.
Yeah, for the masculine.
All right, I'll come back to that.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay, so I'm going through this so you can get, like, it's almost going to class. This is a class, and you are getting what you need to understand what you're learning, what you're saying. Like, when you're a child, you know how to talk before you know how to read. You know what I mean? You know how to talk before you know how to read. You know how to, say all the words. And that's just like when we come in here. You know what I mean? Like you talk, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Thah. Or Yahweh Shem Yahshua Thah. You have no, you're like, what the hell am I saying? I don't know, but I'm being taught to say this, so this is what you're saying, okay? This is what it means. We didn't get it into Hebrew this time, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take this down and then we're gonna get into some smaller words, some smaller everyday words that we use, okay? And we'll put those up and we'll kind of start getting into that, okay? So give me one moment here. Bring something up.
So that's the salute for the sisters, man. Yahweh Shamar, Alatham Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. You want to learn this Hebrew, man, so we can start speaking to each other in Hebrew and the Paleo and the ancient Hebrew, so that way, when we in public, we can talk in Hebrew. The Jewish man, he speaks Yiddish with a Polish dialect. That's not Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's some made up garbage that he came up with. This is the real Hebrew. This Paleo Hebrew, this ancient Hebrew. This is your language. You know what I mean? So we want to learn this Hebrew so that way we can speak to each other in Hebrew and people won't understand what we're saying to each other. Just like when they come around us, they start talking Yash. They're talking about us. Once we learn this Hebrew, we can talk about them in our language. They won't understand what the hell we're talking about. You know what I mean? So you want to get this Hebrew down pat now. For you brothers, who want to take that test, the officer's test, man, this is it right here. This is it right here, man.
No.
Paleo Hebrew, the ancient tongue.
All right, so we're gonna go into some smaller words, some smaller everyday words that you can try to incorporate into what we're doing and what we're learning right now. We're gonna put up a few small words that you can actually use in everyday terms. Okay? And the first word we're going to start with is the word day. Okay? Number 17, the word day. Okay, so just put the word day up. Okay, put the word day up here. And then we're going to write it in the Paleo, and then we'll write it in the Assyrian, okay? Wow. You know what? Wait, hold on.
Do another word.
Yeah, take that down. We're gonna go with something else. All right, let's go with, I know this is in the salute, but we're gonna go with, let's go with number 1, Yahweh, okay? Because this word is used more commonly, and it should be used more commonly than any other word in, and when we're reading, when we're communicating, we're always giving praise to the Most High.
Right.
It's always, Most High Christ, Yahweh is his name. Okay? So I want you to put it up in the ancient and then also in the Hebrew, in the Assyrian, and I'm going to go into the connectors of these words, okay? The connectors of these words are going to make them very easy to pronounce or be able to read, okay? And that's the biggest thing with the ancient Hebrew, is by putting up connectors, it makes it really easy to be able to sound out the word. But, like I said at the beginning, you have to know the sound of every character.
Right.
Okay? I need to be able to just look at those characters and know the sound that is associated with it. That's just like reading. It's just like how you was brought up to read in America. Okay? You were taught the sounds to every symbol or every alphabet. Okay? So you look at what you have on the board, okay? And you have to know the sounds that are associated with those symbols. Okay? So the word is Yahweh. Okay? Yah-ha-wah. Okay? And, okay, so we got into this a couple weeks ago. Okay? You're going to need to put the yah, the ha, the wah, the ha here, so we can see what we're doing. How those last two symbols, okay? You don't have that right, Shabbat. Hold on. Take that down.
Which one? This one?
Okay. No, that's right. You're right.
So you're out, right? Yeah.
Right. Ha. Wa. And then that's just the H, right?
Come. Then we write the up and then
No, because
yeah, I will.
we're leaving off the A at the end. Okay. Well, yeah, you can, but then write it the other. You know what I mean? So they can understand. So go ahead and put the ha there. Okay, because that's the sound for every symbol. Go ahead and put the ha there. Okay. Now, you're gonna write it from left to right. Now you're gonna write it from left to right so they can see. No. Right. Yeah. Write it in one word. Write it as one word, and then I'll go through and show how we're leaving off the A at the end because of the two, right, okay. Because this symbol or sound is at the end of these two sounds being connected, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna drop the A, okay? You're gonna drop the A from the sound, okay? Okay? You got the ha at the end, so it's gonna be like when you have the ends pointing down, you have to pronounce the whole sound, okay? Ya. They're pointed down, ha. Okay, now they're connected, they're pointed up. So you're gonna go wa. And you're gonna put the, you're not gonna go ha, you're gonna go ha at the end. Ya, ha, wa. Okay, not ha, not ya, ha, wa, ha. Okay, you're gonna go ya, ha, wa. All you're gonna do is sound out the ha at the end. Okay, ya, ha, wa. You're not gonna sound out the a. Okay, that's what your connectors are doing. Okay, they're putting the sounds together. And when you put the sound together, what you're doing is you're dropping the last sound on that last character. Remember, we go from right to left, okay? So it's gonna be ya, ha, wa, ya, ha, wa, ya, ha, wa, not ya, ha, wa, ha, okay? It's not ya, ha, wa, ha. It's ya, ha, wa. You're dropping off the A and you're just leaving the H sound. Ya, ha, wa. The ha, okay? It's not ya, ha, wa, ha, okay? And that's what the connector does, okay? The connector puts the two sounds together, and when it's putting the two sounds together, that means you're gonna drop the last sound on the last character, okay? Okay, so normally this character would be a ha, but since it's at the end, it's just it's almost like, I don't want to say it because that's how the white man taught you his language, but I'm not going to say it, okay? So it's ya, ha, wa, ka. Put that, just put the in there, not the ha, okay, not the ha, it's the ha. Right. Ya, ha, wa, put the ha, not the ha, it's the ha. Ya, ha, wa.
It's like saying it without the ha.
Right.
Yahweh.
Right. You're just gonna put the H, you're gonna lose the A. Okay, you're losing the A, and it's just Yahweh. Okay, and that's what the connector does. Okay, so I'm gonna put up a few more words, and I'm gonna show you that you're gonna pronounce the word, and you're gonna leave off the sound at the end. Okay, so this one is Yahweh. You hear how I say it naturally, Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Yahweh. Right. It's Yahweh. 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 Yahweh, not Yahweh.
That's right.
Okay? So what we're doing, when you have a connector, okay, you leave off the sound, okay? You leave off the sound. So it's Yahweh, okay? Not Yahweh, okay? Okay, that's what these connectors, that's what this is sounding out the word for you, basically. Okay, it's giving you, it's telling you how to sound, how to pronounce the word. Okay, Yahweh. Okay, it's not Yahweh because these two are connected. Okay, you leave off that A sound. Okay. Even if the connector was in the middle of the word, you would do the same thing. Okay? You drop the at the end. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna take this one down and we'll put up a different word, okay? But the connectors are going to tell you pretty much how to pronounce the word, which the Assyrian does not do for you. Okay, you have to know how to put the sounds together. Okay, when reading the Assyrian. Now, the Syrian doesn't do it for you, but the Paleo Ancient does. Okay, it helps you sound it out. It's telling you, right? It shows you how to sound out the word. Okay. So I'm going to take this down and we'll put up a different word. Yes. All right. So. Okay. All right, the next word we're going to do is, okay, all. A-L-L, all. This word also means every, okay? E-V-E-R-Y, every. Or it can also mean any, A-N-Y, any. Okay, so put that at the top. Put all, every, and any at the top, right across the top. The word. Okay, so this word,
And we see this word a lot too.
right. We see when we're reading, especially when we're reading the Tanakh, this word comes up a lot, okay? And it has several meanings, this one word. So with the law, let's show you this. It's not that hard. Allah. Just gonna come down over and bomb. It's almost like a lightning bolt, like we used to do in school when we were little. You know, that's your law, okay? Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, all, every, and any, okay? So this one word, go ahead, let me get the, right, so this word, you can say it in a few different ways, all, every, or any, okay? That's what call means, okay? Call. Okay, so this is the Paleo Ancient, okay? And this is the Assyrian, okay? So you want to go ahead and write that one down, call, okay? And again, it's not kala, okay? This symbol, those are the two pronunciations for those symbols, okay? So it's not going to be kala. It's not going to be kala. Okay, it's going to be call. Okay, call. It's not going to be kala. You're going to drop the ah sound at the end. Okay, because of the connector. Okay, it's just going to be call. Okay, so that's a pretty easy one that we use every day. It means all. Okay, and again, when you see the two symbols, you know that's ka and that's la, but they're together. It's one sound. Okay, that's what the ancient does for you. It'll give you how to pronounce the sound, how to put it together, if it's singular or if you're going to put it together. Okay, and with the Assyrian, it doesn't do that. So you have to know how to put the sounds together. And if you're not familiar when you're reading the Assyrian, and let's say you don't know what that word means, you don't know how to pronounce it. To be safe, what we do is we would just go ahead and give it the whole sound, ka-la, okay? But if you know it's called, then you can put it together. You know how to pronounce it. Reading the ancient is going to give it to you. Okay, it's going to give you the connectors. Okay, the connector is going to tell you whether or not if you are going to make it a singular sound or a sound that you're going to be putting together. Okay. The ends are pointed down, so then it would be kala, okay? But that's not the way we pronounce this word. That's not the way we pronounce the word day. All, okay? The word all, every, any is pronounced call, okay? Okay, so it's going to be call. That means all, every, or any. Okay, call. Okay, that's a pretty simple, easy one. It's only 2 characters, so you can write that one down and practice it. But like I said, the biggest thing is if you don't know what these characters mean or what the sound is on these characters, you can't read the ancient Hebrew. You can't read the Assyrian Hebrew, okay? You can't read it unless you know what those sounds, what those symbols, what sounds are associated with those symbols, okay? And that's why I push every week I come on that we are to be studying these sounds, okay? That's how you read. Starting out as a 5-year-old, you already know how to talk, okay? But you don't know how to read. So you're taught the sounds that are associated with the letters. And you have to go home and study that stuff. You have to go home and apply yourself. Okay? And that's the same thing you have to do in the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. You have to apply yourself, okay? You have to study, okay? So that's what this is all about, helping you study, giving you avenues to learn and improve yourself, okay? So this symbol is the cup. This is the love, okay? So you have to know, you have to be rehearsed in these symbols and sounds in order to learn how to speak and read the Hebrew, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna take that down and we'll put up another word, okay?
Okay, down.
Okay,
Another thing too, sir, you know,
hold on.
that, you know, for the brothers participating in Hebrew Academy, they got some words,
Right.
the commands.
Right.
I think I have the commands. They don't even know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna give it to them like Hebrew. So if you didn't know, what the brother's bringing out is Hebrew Academy is starting this weekend, okay? And if you signed up for that as a trooper, you can participate in the Hebrew Academy, but you are going to have to be an officer to graduate.
Right.
So you can start the Hebrew Academy as a trooper, but to graduate in advance, you have to be an officer, okay? So just keep that in mind. But what he was also bringing out was there are commands that we're going to be giving the participants in this Hebrew Academy. And they're going to be Hebrew words that we're going to speak to them. And they are going to be required to understand those Hebrew words and know what they mean. Okay? So just, knowing the Hebrew and studying it is going to help you when new words come along because you're going to know how to pronounce words. It's going to seem familiar to you. You know what I mean? How the sound is, and like we all first came into the truth. It's like Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. I can't say it. I was like, what? I can't say it. So you know what I mean? Like, so knowing the Hebrew, knowing how to read it, knowing those sounds and how they connect and stuff like that, is going to help you to be able to learn those words faster and associate those words with what they mean.
Right.
Okay? Which is a good point. Because we have officers and troopers down here in Florida that they signed up for this challenge to show the Most High that they are diligent men of the Lord. So hopefully this will help you out. We'll give it to you every week, but you got to be sometimes you got to be a fast learner. You have to quick on your feet, as they say. All right, so the next word that we're going to do has several meanings. They're all the same, but they have several words that you can use to express. There's several words you can use to express the meaning of this one Hebrew word, okay? And the next word is going to be ashar. Ashar. Okay? Ashar means who, whom, which, or that. Ashar. Yeah, it's up there, bro. So just go ahead from the top, up top, put whom, so I can put who, whom, which, and that. Ashar. Did you see anything on Facebook about, the Hebrew Academy?
This video.
You called the brother that Cap told you to call, right?
Who?
I'll get with you in a little bit.
You talking about the group chat?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Ashar.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. There you go. Boom. You can leave it like that. That's cool.
The Syrian is such ugly handwriting.
Ashar.
Like the paleo is definitely Israel.
Right.
That damn Syrian is just, you can tell it's a bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like our shit, we got flavor. Who, whom, which, that.
All right. So the next word is ashar. Okay. Ashar, which means who, whom, which, or that. Okay. Ashar. Okay. So without me putting up the actual, I should have did that before I told him how to pronounce the word. No. I was gonna ask the brothers and sisters in the chat online to type in the sound that each of these characters make, starting from right to left, okay? What are the sounds that are associated with these characters? I should have told you how to pronounce it, so you should already halfway know, okay? What the sounds are that are associated with these symbols, okay? So type in what the sounds are, and then I'm going to ask a second question, okay? Starting from right to left, tell me what the sound is for each one of these symbols, okay? Which I already gave it to you. So it should be pretty easy. Razan, Most High Christ. Razan, you're right. Ashara, okay? Ashara, okay? But that's not how you're going to pronounce it, okay? You're not going to pronounce it Ashara, okay? Ashara, that's not how that word is pronounced, okay? That word is not pronounced Ashara, okay? I've already gave you the pronunciation for the word, so write it, tell me the sound of how it would look if you spelled it out in English, okay? Give me that. That's my second question. Give me that. In the English, write out how this would actually sound. Sh, and what else? How am I going to pronounce this word? Seeing how these two are connected. Ashara. But that's not how it's pronounced. The sounds are there, but these two are connected. So, how do I pronounce that word? Write it out for me. Most High in Christ, you got it right. Ashar, okay? So you drop the A here, okay? That's the Ra, that's the Sha, that's the okay? So then you turn around for the bastard tongue, it's Shar, right? Ashar, not Ashara. It's not Ashara. No, it's not that. Why? Because these last two symbols are connected. So it's just Ashar. Okay? Ashar. Okay? Which means who, or whom, or which. okay? Or that. Okay?
Ashar Kapan.
Right, which would be who is Ashar Kapan.
Ashar, Officer 1000
Right.
in Harlem, New York.
Good work. Good work, Razan. Most High in Christ. Okay? With that, I'm going to go ahead and end the class. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. If anybody got any questions that I could possibly answer, I'll give you a minute to type it in. Okay? So we'll check it out, give you a minute. If not, we'll go ahead and say shalom. You gotta do something tonight?
Yep. Busy man.
Nah, shit don't stiz up. Shit don't stiz up.
Some shit to do.
We're call it rap. Yeah, man, you told me the other day he was here.
That's what I'm all about. In my business, in my mouth, they don't want no altercation. Situation.
They got caught in the trap?
Yeah.
Right there when we came back in the truck. All right, bro.
It's something like a miracle.
All right, Florida. Yahweh Shimon Shabbat Tom. And Yahweh Shimon Shabbat Shimon Shabbat for the sister. Shalom.
Bring light into the dark. Night never lukewarm. Shit, I blaze in the streets. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I be. Not been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas ready to free. Criticize and know how to cheat. Won't make